Today on Heather's Closet, makeup free because it's my morning and night routine. Good morning. Well, it's not really my morning. My morning usually starts at 5:45 a.m. I have to get up and I do my little morning routine before I go wake up the kids. So I'm going to take you through what I do and what products I use. So first thing I do is I open my little medicine chest here. This is actually a Robe burn because I know you guys are going to ask. Oh, by the way, my robe is from Lunya. Every time I wear this robe, everyone asks. It's Lunya. So this is a Robe burn. It's really cool. It's actually got plugs in there so you can plug things in. I usually don't like things on surfaces, but I've become very cluttered lately. I may have to fix that situation. All right. So I start by washing my face. This is our Caviar Cleanser from Consult Beauty. Comes in really cool colors. We did like a limited edition one, but even if you get the plain one, it's fine. It's all the same, but it's a really, really great cleanser. It preps the skin. It's got a light fruit acid in there for exfoliation and vitamin C for skin brightening, but it doesn't strip your skin. So it feels really good. So you can get the pretty one, and if you don't get the pretty one, I dump it into a pretty container. So the first thing I do is wash my face. By the way, if you notice, my thumbnail is off, and I know that's gross, and I'm sorry, but you know what I figured out recently? I have psoriasis. How'd that happen? I think I've always had it, but it's gotten so much worse. So my fingernails are falling off. Isn't that gross? I know. I'm like a leper. Anyway, so I wash my face, and look, you can see it's still really hydrated and nice. And then step number 2, I use every line in our entire Consult Beauty range, but basically I like mix and match. I always think of Consult Beauty as Garanimals. You remember Garanimals?
The Garanimal system. Just match Garanimal tags and the shirts and pants will go together. Match zebras or monkeys.
Everything is made to be used synergistically together. Okay, but what I start with is Externa Q. Externa Q is like my favorite product. This is a miracle product. It is topical CoQ10. So CoQ10, basically, it makes your cells young. And maybe you've seen topical CoQ10 on the market before, but ours is really special because it works not just on the top layer of the skin, but really gets into the skin. Terry knows all the science of this. You can go ask him. But all I can tell you is it makes your skin glowy and amazing, kind of like that alive skin, bride on her wedding day kind of skin. Love that. Then I use Copperum 29, which is our copper peptide serum, which I love. Basically, copper peptides, wrinkle remover. Because some of our products plump and some resurface, but Copperum 29 erases wrinkles. It's pretty genius. Then I take my Champagne Lift facial cream from our Champagne Lift line, and I use that. So what this does is it lifts and tones and tightens without drying. Because if you've ever tried a lifting, toning, tightening serum, sometimes what happens is they make you like tight. So you look good, but as soon as you smile, everything cracks. This is a different kind of technology. It's this web that goes onto your skin and sort of like pulls everything up. It's kind of a miracle. And there's lots of fancy ingredients in there too. There's caviar and black truffle and grape seed stems and all kinds of fabulous things. And then for my eye cream, I like to use our Regenerol. So if you ever wanted to use a retinol product, like, have you ever tried Retin A? I could never use Retin A because it made me red and dry and cracked. And by the way, it's so expensive. You have to go to the doctor, you have to get that little tube, and that's what it's supposed to do, make you red and dry and cracked, and you're supposed to like power through it, but I could never do that. So the thing about our Regenerol, it's got a lot of retinol product in there, but they found a way to encapsulate it. So it's kind of like a buffered aspirin. So you know how, in the old days you'd take an aspirin and it would upset your stomach, but then they buffered the aspirin? Same idea. So they encapsulated or buffered the retinol so you get all the benefits, none of the side effects. I love this. Then I do my neck treatment, which is very, very important because, a lot of times when you think about anti-aging, you just think about the face, but the neck tells a different story. And I feel like we all have that tech neck, like we're looking down at our phones and everything, so we get those tree trunk lines. So what this does, this is actually from our Volumagen line. It's a really smart treatment. It knows to plump up those lines, but it also reduces that fatty pad. And then finally, okay, so I had, someone had told me that J-Lo walks around spraying her face all day with some mist thing, and I became obsessed with it. I'm like, what is she spraying with? Like, what's going on? So I started researching it. I'm not sure if this is exactly what she sprays with, but I started spraying with this La Mer. It's called La Mer the Mist, and I'm obsessed. First of all, it smells really good. But I just spray my face. When I'm not wearing makeup, I spray all day. It's like being in the produce section, and they have like those misters all day. That's what I do. Okay, then clearly, I brush my teeth, I floss, and all of that. But before I do that, okay, so this is one of my secret weapons. If you know anything about me, you know I don't drink coffee. I like the idea of coffee, and I actually like the taste of coffee, but it gives me heart palpitations and makes me super jittery, especially in the morning. Sometimes I could drink an iced coffee in the afternoon, but morning, no way. But you do that thing in the morning where you wake up and you feel like, oh my gosh, it's Groundhog Day. I want to go back to bed. I in no way want to do anything on my list today. That's where this comes in. So these are our Primo Beets. So it's like a 15-calorie, sugar-free little scoop of beets. And it gives you like an aid in digestion, and it maintains a healthy blood pressure. It increases circulation all over the body, like so to your brain and your skin and all that stuff. But what it also gives you is this really nice, clear, clean, focused energy. So to me, this is like a prescription, and that's why I keep it in here. And I used to not have a stirrer, so I would use the back end of my makeup brush to stir it, which is kind of gross, but anyway. I used to do that, but now I have stirring sticks. So this is what I do. So I do this, and then I drink this up. I literally guzzle it down so that it makes me feel good. And as I'm doing this, I'm noticing that my pillowcase is totally empty, which I need to do that. Usually on Sundays, Terry and I sit here, we're like 100 years old, and we fill our pillowcases. But a lot of you ask me like what I'm taking. So let's just talk supplements for 1 second. So in the morning, even though it's empty because I already took them today and now I have to fill them. In the morning, I take Resveratrol, and I take vitamin D. I think I do 5,000 IU. I take a baby aspirin because now the literature shows that over like age 45, we should all have a baby aspirin every day. And I think that's it. That's all. And I have a little thyroid issue, so I take a little baby dose of thyroid, and that's about it. So I drink this up. I take my supplements, and I'm good to go. Some other things that I put in and out of my routine. I have these discs. I have like all the discs. So they're in the Champagne line and the Volumagen line and the Regenerol line. So kind of like when I look at my skin and I feel like, do I need more volume? I'll use the Volumagen. Or if I feel like, I've got some melasma going on or my pores look big, I'll use the Regenerol. And if I feel like my face looks like it's sagging and I feel like I'm 100 years old, I'll use the Champagne. By the way, aren't these flowers so pretty? So like 8 months ago, Terry had bought me flowers for some occasion, and I put them right here. And I loved it so much that I started adding it to our weekly flower delivery. It's so pretty, and it makes me happy, and it smells good, and it just reminds me that my husband loves me, even though I'm buying them for myself now at this point, let's be honest. Okay, so now I would go get dressed in my gym clothes and wake up the children, get them ready, drive them to school, and then I go to the gym. So here's another little thing that I absolutely love. These are these charcoal detox pads. And it's funny, at first when we were talking about making these, I was like, gosh, charcoal, man, they're like all dark, and is that so weird to wipe your face with something dark? Because when you think about you can't even probably see it because I'm always wearing black, but when you think about wiping your face with something, I always think I want it to be like light colored, but charcoal is really good. You know how like when people OD, I mean, not to talk about something bad, but when people OD and they go into the hospital, they give them charcoal to absorb the toxins and the poisons in their body. Okay, like same idea. So you're wiping off the toxins. So when you go to the gym, after the gym, you want one of these to wipe off your face and your neck, because like sometimes I'll go run errands. Sometimes I'm so busy during the day, I'm in those gross gym clothes even when I go to pick up the kids. I know it's disgusting, but what can I tell you? So I keep these in my gym bag. But even if you don't work out, like if let's say you garden or it's just hot out or you're on vacation, these are amazing. They're really strong and really good. I love these. And And then, oh, you can, this is gross, but you can see my, it's like roadkill, my eyelashes from the night before. We'll do my makeup routine on another episode, but sometimes I will save my lashes and wear them again, and sometimes I throw them out. It just kind of depends how long I've worn them and how nicely they come off. But I leave them on this little tray, which is kind of disgusting, but what can I tell you? Okay, I'm gonna enjoy my Primo Beets. This is cherry flavor, by the way. Blueberry is my absolute favorite, but I still love cherry too. I'm gonna go enjoy this, but stay tuned because we're gonna do the night routine coming up next.